7 years ago, I came up with the idea to start this YouTube channel, and I've owned many of my dream supercars: Porsche GT3 RS, Lamborghini Huracan Evo, Lamborghini Huracan, Corvette C8, Audi R8, and just so many more. And nothing made me happier than being behind the wheel and driving those cars, bringing that content to you all, the smile on my face when those exhaust notes just go up. It really was a dream come true. Over the past few months, I've just been missing it so much, and I just think that I want to get that smile back on my face. Life is too short. If you want something, go out and get it and make your dream come true. And I want to make my dream come true once again. And so in this video, it is time to buy another supercar. So simple fact, we need to find a supercar. And that is why I've just arrived at GVE London, based not too far away from me, and see what we can pick. That is the aim of today. And I've done too many dailies. It's just been too many. So after having a little think, it was time to go inside and have a look at the cars and just find out the right car for me. Is it a Ferrari? Is it a McLaren? Is it a Porsche? Is it a Lamborghini? Well, in here have all of the best supercars basically that you can buy in the UK. It has everything which I'm looking for. Obviously with me there is a budget of a car which I am after. I don't have £1 million to spend. It's a bit of a limited budget, but the right car has to be in here and we are going to find it. So where do we start? Well, I tell you exactly where we start. I'm going to get George, who's one of the main sales guys here at GVE, and he's going to help me find the dream car. So after having a little think, it was time to go inside and have a look at the cars and just find out the right car for me. Is it a Ferrari? Is it a McLaren? Is it a Porsche? Is it a Lamborghini? Well, in here have all of the best supercars basically that you can buy in the UK. It has everything which I'm looking for. Obviously with me there is a budget of a car which I am after. I don't have £1 million to spend. It's a bit of a limited budget, but the right car has to be in here and we are going to find it. And guys, I've got something for you. Listen up. If you haven't already, make sure you are signed up to CarVertical. Actually, it's on this side now, just here. Make sure you check your vehicle's history. If your car's been in an accident or you're buying a car like I'm buying a car and I want to check out the history, I need to check it out. I need to know where it's had its MOT. I need to know absolutely everything. And this is what CarVertical does. It just gives you all of the details of it. If it's been in an accident, auction site, you name it, it's just about the auction, the pictures come up and it is just a complete game changer. Stolen, taxi, you name it, CarVertical is the place to go, and you just need to find out all the history and it will save you money when buying a car and also when selling a car. So make sure you use my code, which is Archie10. Go and get involved. Everyone that uses it loves it, so go and do it and make sure your car has been in an accident. Anyway, let's shoot inside. Right, here he is, George.
How's it going? You alright?
How are you, mate?
Yeah,
the
good.
TikTok sensation.
I'm trying to be like you.
No, I think you're bigger than me. Right, George, we have a budget of around about 150 grand.
Oh yeah.
And I'm struggling what to get. You're going to help me. You are going to help solve and find the car.
So with 150 grand, are you thinking you're going to drive this car every day, or is it a weekend car?
Weekend. Yeah, supercar. Yeah, supercar.
Okay. So Supercarish, I would say there's a couple of cars in here which we can have a look at.
Okay.
One, I have to start over here, 458 Spiders.
Yeah.
I think they're really good in terms of what you get for your money, and B, value retention, which is a massive thing in the market at the moment. Everyone wants to know if they buy a car right now in the recession, in the peak of a recession, are they actually going to get the money when you come sell it? So 458s I think is a solid buy, but what do you think?
I think it is cool, but is it enough theatre? Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying it's not cool, but I'm just saying...
No, I agree. I think maybe because they developed it in 2011, 2012, it might be a bit old in terms of technology and speed. So you're looking for something a bit more quicker.
Yes.
Unless it's not just about the actual performance style, you like the raw power and the noise as well.
Okay.
Then I would say let's head over here. How about this? The Ferrari F12. V12 engine, the same engine they use in the LaFerrari. Sounds insane. And in terms of raw performance and raw power delivery, you can't really get much better than this.
Yes. How much are these?
This car's up for sale for 170, it's quite low mileage, but you can pick up a nice F12 with under 20,000 miles for 150.
Really?
Yeah.
No, you're kidding.
Yeah, really good value for money. Really good value for money.
And probably good balloons on these as well because of residual values, right?
Residuals are amazing. So if you look at the 599s, which were the predecessors to these, they're going for like circa 100 to 120 for a good example. Now the F12 is double the car of a 599. The first V12 they done with a double clutch transmission. I mean, the noise this car makes is insane. One of the scariest cars I've driven, even more scarier than an 812 to be honest with you.
Yeah, going up?
Good news, yep, they will be. Maybe not in the next year to 2 years, but long term, really good buy. If you want to go then back to pure speed, we're going to have to go to the McLaren. McLaren's is such good value for money, amazing value for money. So if I head over here and you look at this, 720S. Now, I love 720s. I'm a massive fan of them because...
You've got one?
Yeah, and it's from list like a 300 grand car, which now is selling for less than 150. And you think about it, the performance that these are pushing out is so similar to like P1 performance in terms of straight line speed.
It's nuts.
It is insane.
And what do you think on not P1s, 720s? Do you think they have hit rock bottom?
I'd say so. See, do you know a good indicator to find out what pricing's like is look at the predecessors. And before this was the 650s. So the 650s have sort of hit rock bottom at 100 grandish. You can maybe pick up a really high mileage, a bad example like 90 grandish.
Yeah.
And the 720s are always going to be worth a lot more. Always going to be worth a lot more because they're much quicker. The design on this is probably about 5 or 6 years advanced of what the 650s were doing.
Okay.
So I'd say rock bottom on the 720s, in my personal opinion. I think you can't go less than 120 on the 720. Impossible. It would never go less than 120.
Do you not think?
Never. It can't. It can't.
Oh no, it can't, can it?
No.
Oh, very nice satin black one here, George.
Yes. This is quite nice actually, with a nice contrast in there as well. It's got carbon packs 1 and 2. This, I think, if I'm correct,
satin PPF.
is satin PPF. So it's gloss black underneath, Cosmos black.
That is nice.
With stealth PPF over it.
And that's 147 grand. That is like a spaceship. It is, isn't it?
Do you know what do you think of colours on McLarens? Do you think stealth-like colours or bright colours?
I'm a bit of both.
Same.
I don't know what.
I've got a friend who's looking to buy one at the moment, and he's adamant. He's like, I want stealth satin black colours or grey. And I love bright colours on McLaren.
But if you're going to do it, you want to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
570Ss, have they sort of hit the bottom?
They made more 570s than they did 720s. So
right.
My honest opinion is, I think if you're ever going to lose money on one of these, you probably end up losing more on a 570 than you would on a 720.
Interesting.
Yeah. So you know the way McLaren works out the 3 series, you've got the Sports, the Super, and then the Hyper.
Yeah.
So with the Sports series, it's lacking the major suspension system that you'll find in the Super series. It's the same engine, same gearbox, but very different in terms of the drive. Personally, I've never really been a big fan of 600s, but we've sold so many, and every customer who's bought one has always said it's one of the best cars to drive.
And they hold money.
They do hold money because they're quite good sellers. But if you're asking me personally, a 720S is quicker. A 720S probably turns more heads. I'd go for a 720 over this. The only real reason you probably choose a 600 LT is because it looks a bit more snazzy from the back with the exhaust tips.
But if you're going to choose one,
I'd go 720.
If you what would you choose if you were me?
So 150. Honestly, I don't think there's a better option than a 720.
So it was time to get my thinking cap on, and while I did this, George kindly took me out in his very cool new Bentley. We went into the GVE detailing part where they were making some really cool builds. They had this Lamborghini Urus which was having a 1016 kit put on it in this really nice caramel colour with white wheels. They also had a Range Rover which is actually going wide bodied, which is just insane. I cannot wait to see when this is done. And then we went to the next door room where there was a car there, which I'm sure you will recognise. And also M5 competition, 650S, and this lovely Audi R8. Really cool to see all of these amazing cars. Right, I have made a decision. Listen up. What I feel is that I've kind of let you guys down a little bit. I feel that there's been too many dailies, there's been too many Audis, there's been too many lots of cars, everyday cars, and I've set myself 2 weeks to find the car. 2 weeks to find the car. Now what I want you to do is get in the comments on what you want to see, and this will make the difference as well. So get in the comments of maybe what you've seen something today or an idea you have. I'm very much leaning towards one particular car, as you can imagine, the 720, but let me know. 2 weeks to find the car. Supercar is returning to the channel. Let's get this sorted.